Hello everyone, good morning, good evening. So today what I'm going to do is in one of our sessions, what we did was we created one onboarding application. It's an chatbot application which is being used for newly onboarded employees to get information about the company. So I explained you, in fact, we coded this application and the code is there in the GitHub repository. But some of the guys are having problem downloading and running it. They are facing some issues with the libraries, or maybe they don't know how to set up the application. So this video is to quickly show you how you can use that piece of code, how you can pull the GitHub application code, and how you can make it run on your local machine. So let me take you to the GitHub first. So this is my GitHub account, and you can see there are around 8 repositories. So where you need to go is there are basically two different codes. The one is onboarding assistant. So you should not be going to onboarding assistant. Okay, maybe I will delete this particular repository, and you have to go into onboarding assistant, and you have to copy the link. Okay, but before that, let me open the VS Code IDE. So we are going to use the VS Code IDE. So the very first step is to click on the open folder. And what we are going to do is we will create one folder. I will go into projects, and here I can create one folder. Let's name it onboarding assistant. Okay. So I have created this folder. I will choose this folder and I'm good to go. All right. So now my next step is to pull that code. So I will click on GitHub repository, and it is asking me to put the URL of the source repository. So you have to go to into this link, and you have to copy the link of the project, paste it here, click enter. It will ask for the location, give it the same location of the folder which we just created. Go into projects. This is what we created. So it has downloaded the code. It is right here. Okay. Now, what is the next step? Next step is to click on this toggle panel. This will show me the terminal. Make sure you are on a PowerShell. And once you are here, my next step is to create one Python virtual environment. So as long as I typed P, it's showing me the command. So what this command will do, this will create one virtual environment with the name venv1. Just click yes on that pop-up, and it has created a new folder. So this is my virtual Python environment where all of my libraries will get installed. So I don't want to mess up my different projects, because my different projects may have different needs. They will be looking for different libraries. So I don't want to have conflict between those. That's why I used to create this virtual Python environment, so that all my dependencies of this project will lie inside this virtual environment. Okay. So you can see in the venv1 virtual environment, I have got these folders got created. Now I need to activate this one for my project. So I have, if I go inside the venv1, I can see there is a folder called script, and inside that you have something called as the activate. So I will run this activate command. It will activate this virtual environment for my current project, and you can see the symbol, the name of your virtual environment right in front of the command prompt. Superb. All right, so now my next step is to install all the dependencies. That is all the libraries which are required for this project. So they are listed here. In the Python projects, you always look for requirements.txt file, which has list of all the Python libraries along with their versions. Now, in order to install all these libraries in one go, what I need to do is pip install -r requirements.txt. Simply click enter and it will install all these libraries in my virtual environment. This may take a bit. We will not waste our time. Meanwhile, I will show you what else we can do. Can you see .env? Okay, so .env. So this is a sample .env. First step you need to do is right click and rename this to .env. Okay. Now this is a proper .env file which my project will load. So this is being used to put all my environment variables. For example, it's looking for Grok API key. I cannot share my key. So what you need to do is you need to create your own key and put it here. For that, what you need to do, go into the browser. I just created these keys, but let me show you one more time from scratch how you can create all those keys yourself. So my first step is to get the Grok key. I will simply click write Grok API key. Grok is a platform which hosts these open source models. Onboarding assistant OBA, name of my key. You can give it any random name. It says generated one key. I will copy this key. Will go back to my .env file. Okay. So I'm using both these models. I'm not sure which I actually finally used in my code, but if you have any of these one, I think it should be good enough. Okay, so this is the Grok API key. For OpenAI API key, I need to go to OpenAI API key. OpenAI API key, superb. Go here and create a new key. Onboarding assistant. This gives me new key. Put it right here. So I think I am all set. There is a LangSmith API key. Okay, for that I need to go to LangChain API key. Okay, I'm inside LangSmith. LangSmith is a monitoring platform, you can say. Click on settings, create API key, onboarding assistant, copy the key, put it inside your file. So we are all set. We have updated our .env. Don't forget to control save. I have made some settings which basically automatically save my changes. Okay, so but if you have not done, don't forget to save your files. Okay, control S. Okay, so I think it's still taking some time. Meanwhile, I will show you what this onboarding assistant application is going to do. So as you can see, it has different files. One is the prompt, where we have the prompt, system prompt, and other prompts. We have GUI.py file, assistant.py file, app.py, and there is a folder called data, which is having this PDF file. So you can think of this application as, you know, this is an onboarding assistant chatbot application which helps the newly onboarded employees in a company to get all the information about the rules and regulations and policies. Otherwise, what happens is whenever you join a new company, if you don't know about anything, you raise the tickets, right? You approach the HR team. What is the policy for the leaves, right? What is the policy of the promotion? So if you have any such question and the answer is basically in the company's policies, which is not uh, which is not an open source, right? On these company policies, the LLMs are not trained because these are the private information of a company. So you cannot go to your chat GPT and ask what is the leave policy for so and so company, right? Those informations are not public, they are private to each company. They are confidential informations. So what we can do is we can take all those policies. I may have some 100 policies or thousand of such documents. I can take those documents, make I can use some embedding models to create embeddings out of them, and then I can store those embeddings in a vector database. And this is exactly what we are doing in this application. For me, this is the only policy, which is Saran AI Labs 2. So it has policy details about the company, what is their mission, what are the employee benefits, what are the perks, what is onboarding process, and lot other things. If you have multiple documents, you can put multiple documents as well. Okay, so once this application will run, it will show you one interface where you can ask your question. Let's say you have a question, what is the promotion policy, or how many days of standard leaves or sick leaves I will get. The user can type his question. The onboarding assistant will understand its question. It will go into the vector database to search the relevant chunks. Once it get the relevant chunks, it will, along with your question, it will send those chunks to the large language model, which will finally synthesize your final answer. Okay, so this is what the application is. It is still installing the libraries. Okay, meanwhile, what else I can tell you? Mm, so what you can do is you can also use or pull this code as is, and first of all you should try to run it, and then if you are able to run it, maybe you can tweak the code in such a way that you can make it run for your own use case, right? You can tweak some code, you can try something else, you can try different LLMs. Okay, so those kind of experiments you can do. If you are a student, maybe you can use this project for your learning. You can submit it as your as your learning or your internship or anything like that. You can submit it as your project. And yeah, you can learn a lot of things. So let's wait for this one to complete. There is another functionality in this application, which is like employees.py file. What happens is whenever you ask a question, this particular file will create one dummy profile of you, right? So this there is a library called Faker, which will create some dummy profile. It will create some name. It will give you some random uh, designation as a research scientist, or maybe you are have joined the company as an operations manager, or maybe as a security officer, and it will also assign you some department. So all in all, what it is doing is it is creating one fake profile of you, and that profile is also useful in a way that, let's say you join a company and you're asking a question. So the answer of that question may depend on your role, on your designation, right? If you are a permanent employee, the policy may be a different. If you are on contract, your policies may be a different. So this is another functionality in this application, where right now it is creating a dummy profile, and it is that dummy profile is also sent to the LLM to tweak your final answer, basically, right? In the real time case, what will happen, there will be some company database where all of your informations are saved. What is your grade, what is your role, what is your project, what is your department. From there it will pull the information, and then it will give you the answer in context of that. But right now we have created this file which will create some fake profile of you, and will use that profile or that information to give you the answer. So let's wait this one to complete, and then I will show you how this application looks like when it runs on the browser. So this is based on Streamlit. That is another piece of information. Streamlit is an Python library which is being used to generate user interfaces very quickly. So you need not to be an expert, right? So they have a lot of good libraries and support for the machine learners and the data scientists, right? So whatever plugins and modules they have created keeping in mind the data scientist. So they have the library which is very rich in, showing the graphs and all those things. Okay, so for that also I have a couple of videos on my YouTube channel, so you can go and see. There is an entire series on how to use this Streamlit. Let's wait for another couple of seconds. So we are also using the LangChain. So I'm just using this opportunity to explain you about more about this application. So we are also using the LangChain. LangChain is a framework which is being used to develop these LLM-based applications. And here it seems like I'm using the Grok platform, and we are using the FAS. FAS is Facebook AI search similarity search vector database, where we are going to store our embeddings. The sentence transformers from the Hugging Face. This is the embedding model I think I'm using to create the embeddings. You can use OpenAI models as well. Okay. Other than that, this is PyPDF loader, which is a library from the LangChain, which is used to extract the text out of the PDF. For that, I'm using PyPDF loader. These are some custom classes which are being created. These are my system and the welcome prompts. If you go into the prompt, you will see the what system prompt I have created. These prompts are very important because they play a very crucial role in defining your behavior of your application. Superb. I think we are done. So there is no error. Let me run this application. All I need to do is streamlit run app.py. Let's see if it runs. So the very first time, what it will do is once you run it the first time, it will create the embeddings of your input PDF file. It will take some time to create those embeddings and store in the vector database. Let's wait for a couple of more seconds. All right, loading vector store. This is the spinner which I have configured in the code. You can have a look. All right, so it shows me the user interface. This is the image file which I have used. If I go back to my VS Code, you can see there is an image folder. So I have taken this image. If you want to replace it with some other image, feel free. And this is what I was telling you. This creates one fake profile. When I run that code, when I open this page, it says my name is Eric, last name is Chung, this is my email ID, okay, and these are my skills. All right, so it is giving me a welcome message. Okay, so this is all defined in my system prompt. So now my question is, hey, how are you? Let's see. Okay, so see, it basically knows I am Eric Chung because of this profile information which is being sent to LLM as well. I'm functioning with a normal parameter as onboarding, blah blah blah. Let's ask some question about the information which is there in my PDF. Please tell me about leave policy. The leave policy, I think that should be sufficient. And see, so there are a lot of things which are being done in the back end where so that you can see this conversational look and feel. So tell me about the leave policy. Adik Chung, regarding the leave policy and outlined in the company policies, employees are entitled to 20 paid leaves annually. Okay. Let me check if this information is right or not. My LLM, my application should not hallucinate. Does my document says the onboarding process, code of conduct, other perks, health, employee benefits, paid leaves, maternity leaves. Oh, 20 leaves. All right. Leave policy, employees are entitled to 20 paid leaves annually. Superb. So you can see this is working. Whatever information you had, for example, expense reimbursement, submit expenses within 30 days. All right, let me ask this question. Within how many days I need to submit my expense bills? Superb. Within 30 days. So now you can see you have one full-fledged application configured in just 15 minutes. The code is ready. Just download this code, make changes in .env file, install all the libraries in your Python environment, and you are good to go. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me and comment on the YouTube. Thank you so much, guys. Good luck.